What you're about to see, some might consider
Be
offensive.
sexist, racist, bigoted, whatever. I don't know. It's easy to offend
That
people
makes
these
you
days,
want to vomit and defecate at the same time.
Does anybody want some squid juice?
Get some normals in peace. Don't do drugs, and don't hit your head, and don't eat lead paint. Not much, little.
It's two best friends reviewing comics, having a great time. Don't you dare change the YouTube channel. Two best friends reviewing comics. Unless the comic is really shitty, don't feel bad, just pity us. Dun, 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 dun. That's it.
We decided to take some time out of our busy lives to talk about comic books for a while.
It's true.
Now, I know most of you, if any of you even read comics, it's probably just Marvel and DC. I've been reading comics about 10, 15 years. Him over here,
3, 4, 5, 10, 20.
3, 4, 5, 10, 20.
It's been a while.
Now, the biggest issue with most of your mainstream comics are a lack in continuity, with too many writers not looking back on what came before. Luckily, we found Continuity Comics Earth 4.
This is a steaming pile of shit.
And we're going to read it to you.
You're going to enjoy this with us. This artistic log of foul-smelling excrement. All right, let's do this. Let's turn autistic for a moment.
For a moment. All right. Now, we open up on the first page, and it makes a lot of sense.
It's a lot of stuff thrown in your face. It's really hard to pay attention. It's really hard to describe the amount of eyesore that is in this.
Now, the first thing you'll notice is toxic waste removers in full body armor with giant guns.
Right. And for some reason, their team, they call each other Tox. Like, you've got firemen, and then you've got the Tox men, very similar to police, how we call them criminal stopper men.
It's much like that.
Very close to that.
Also, just in case you didn't notice, they all have numbered heads. That's important.
In this group of merry toxic destroyers, you don't have a name, you have a number.
Now, coming up, we see how they plan to obtain toxic materials, which is to take what I can only assume is an energy laser gun machine, and blast a hole 35 feet deep into the earth for dangerous toxic chemicals, which somehow spring a leak.
Which somehow, in this world, it's perfectly acceptable to bury the toxic waste in the middle of a public area.
In fact, under a public street.
We're done with the oceans, guys. We're just going to leave this shit in the middle of a city, 30 feet underground. That's safe. And then when we dig it up after it's not safe, we're just going to blast it with highly radiated energy beams and not destroy the whole area.
Alright. And I think it's finally time to meet the hero of the book. As you can see here, that's not him. For some reason, they decided to put Superman in their comic, which is stupid, because I'll remind everybody that there's other comics in the world, and thus they'll stop reading this one.
Right. And I'm pretty sure that if Superman goes on vacation, he doesn't go to some shitty roller park with a Superman shirt and a shit-eating grin the size of Texas on his face.
Also, the fellow in front of him is our main character, yet somehow afraid of roller coasters.
And that other fellow that's tinier than him wearing the exact same outfit as his son, because in this place, if you're a father, your son is you as well.
Dressed together. I see it takes a little while before anything really happens in this book.
It takes an even longer while for it to make any sense.
But our hero we saw before transforms into a giant earth toad monster and randomly assaults the toxic waste crew, assuming they're burying toxic waste all over the city, with neither one of them either asking any questions about each other.
Right.
Now, let me ask you about this punch. What can you tell me about this punch?
Well, A, for starters, for some reason, his fist had to turn into
A horse hoof?
a horse's foot. Yeah, essentially, his name is Earth, and he does that with his fists.
True. And if you notice where the breakage hits, it's only a glancing blow to the character's eye. It looks like it should have hit him across the side of the face, but just kind of nicked his glasses a little and knocked him the fuck out.
I just kind of wanted to punch out that guy's face mask.
You know, I don't think we should keep reading this. I got a better idea of what we can do with this.
What's that?
I'll show you.
All right. Let's show us.
Let's show us.
Let's show us.
Let's show us.
I know how to get rid of this. We'll drown the fucker. The earth loses the water every time. I know, you just get some soupy mess, but that's what we're hoping to get at. We'll get some soupy mess out of this. Now it's confusing. It's the wrong way. We can only drown it so much, Cody.
That's one nightmare gone.
Hold on. Hold on a second. Damn it. That didn't work.
I miss the days when you could drown a comic and it didn't come back to life and force you to finish it.
I know. I was hoping, highly hoping, that it would just shrivel into a ball and keep shriveling and shriveling and shriveling until it just poofed out of existence.
And you know what? Taking that ball and throwing it at the wall. Much more fun than reading this shit.
Right. Turn it into a big spitball and spit it into the heart of the sun.
So, let's just breeze through the rest of this. And
Might as well. We might as well. Keep
maybe
reading it.
maybe we'll find a way to put this beast down for good.
Okay. What are we looking at now?
So, on our next page, almost immediately, after their first little kerfuffle between our both good guys, Earth grabs the leader of the Toxes by the throat and tells him, "I'm going to keep choking you until you tell me something." In other words, quick, talk to me, or else I'm going to keep choking you. Quick.
I'm innocent.
Choked man says, once you figure out how I work for you, you're going to be sorry, but never bothers to tell him that they're both working for the same man.
Right. He just wants to, he's holding out because he wants to rub it in his face.
Who do you know that would let themselves get strangled as opposed to just being like, there's a
Death,
misunderstanding, idiot.
I need to avoid death as quickly as possible.
Yes.
So maybe I should convince this man to stop choking me. If I could, because it's hard when I'm choking.
I don't like choking. Now, much of you may consider this a small grievance. I'm sure. But there's just a little yellow box on the top of this page with the caption, "Outside and seconds later."
Right.
Now, you don't need that. Because, one, I could see it's outside.
Right.
Two, I'm assuming it's seconds later after the panel. That'd be like if you were watching a movie and then just randomly it said 30 seconds later after the first 30 seconds. You know this.
Right.
You don't need to be told.
Right.
You don't need to be told.
You don't need to be told that at all.
So let's just skip ahead to the last page and see if it makes sense. So,
It won't. It
No,
won't make
it
sense.
won't.
It doesn't make sense.
our hero is invited back to the base of the Toxics to be explained by their leader that they're on the same page. Instead, they just beat the shit out of each other again. After they understand they're on the same side, working for the same guy, getting paychecks from the same person,
Right.
they decide to just beat the shit out of each other again.
I mean, because who needs a meeting of the minds when they could just beat the shit out of each other for no reason?
None.
I mean,
Also, instead of using the door, he decides to just punch in the wall.
right. I mean, honestly, that is kind of cool because if I was as strong as him, I would never use a door.
Never.
I
no.
just smash through everything. Maybe that's why he's always getting into fights because he's just some big idiot.
Well, there's one thing I've learned from Earth 4. It's maybe we can kill this, with the power of Mother Earth
And fire.
and Mother Fire.
Say goodbye to this bullshit, folks. We're doing this for you. We don't care if potentially in 100 years this is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. Because we don't want anyone to spend that money on this piece of shit.
Or the time.
We're gonna save you all. One shitty comic at a time. We couldn't drown this thing.
No, we sure couldn't.
Maybe if we light it up, it'll work.
But, like, turn on the lights.
The power of water didn't work, so maybe.
The power of air.
No, fire.
Oh, okay. We'll burn it then.
We're gonna burn this bitch.
You know what to do.
No. I can't.
How does this happen?
It's still readable.
This isn't working out as expected.
We only have one place left to go. Earth. One last chance to put this to rest.
Let's hope this works.
I really don't want to review it anymore.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the last we see of you.
I think we've done it.
I don't think this zombie's coming back for us anytime soon.
I would hope so. This comic was dreadful. It was awesome. It was just bad.
It was a great start to our new show, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go have some beer.
Let's have some beer.
It's two best friends reviewing comics, having a great